Today, a 35-year-old woman admits she ignored her father's wisdom about dating. Kevin Samuels breaks down how her disrespect, single, confused, and finally ready to listen.
Anywho, I want to hear about how wrong I am. I want to hear from all you colorism crybabies. Tell me, how come you can't find a man? Because apparently there are a lot of men in Seattle. Even her daddy couldn't help her with no man. Every man she seemed to got was never quite right. But the net of it is, I'm going to ask the question. And if you're not ready to answer the question, don't get on. What have you done to improve yourself in ways that men want? What have you done to improve yourself in ways that men want? Because that's the real problem. A lot of you ladies think that you've improved yourself, but if it's not in ways men want, they does not matter. Only women are allowed to call in. Yes, only women are allowed to call in. And I want the dark-skinned women. And remember, you're not gonna call in over here. You're not gonna talk loud. You're not gonna act a fool. I will cut you off. Oh yeah, and those two people that kept calling in, y'all don't need to try to call in. You ain't gonna get, even if you got through, you gonna get hung up on. Y'all realize how many y'all know who I had a bunch of crazy angry women calling into my show, right? Did y'all see me keep answering the phone? Think about it. I'm running a show and I got crazy women calling in, not on the Zoom, calling into my business line after hours. I need you guys to understand what I just said. Doug, I had crazy black women calling into my business line after hours. Business line after hours. This goes back to poor, and then in my system, the way it's set up, you have to announce your name first. And it said, caller, announce your name. Khadijah. Ooh, you sound so lovely. I mean, just loud. Sound like she just got off the fryer at Popeyes. Just hostile. Just angry. And I'm like, yeah, it's your dark. It's the skin tone with that chick. It's those women that called in. That was their skin tone. That was why they couldn't get them. Oh, you so mean. Oh, okay. Steve Harvey real nice to y'all. He tell you exactly what you want to hear. He don't tell you anything. But see, the thing is, Steve Harvey can't help you. Steve Harvey ain't got no man for you. I got a group full of them. And they all looking for black women. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. What do any of the colorism channels that tell you the black men always go to black, Hispanic women and Latino? Where are the men that watch those channels? Again, I could have picked the lady from yesterday, or I could continue to pick over and over and over again. It's the same old crap. It's never these women looking in the mirror and saying, well, maybe I'm the problem. No, it's the men. They all want white women. Really, they all want white women. I see you in the chat room. I'm about to get to you. They all want white women. Well, I got all these brothers that like black women. Openly like black women. Openly, unapologetically, and unashamed like black women. And I verify who these guys are. Oh, yeah. So why can't you find yours? Maybe, just maybe, you need some help. Some therapy. Let's get it. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hi, Kevin. Good evening.
And your first name is?
My name is Uyi.
Uyi. Hi, Uyi.
Hi.
How old are you?
I am grown. I'm 35.
35. Yes, you are grown. So what did I get wrong,
Yeah,
Uyi?
I know that. No. I wasn't calling to say you got anything wrong, actually. I was just listening to the other woman who She says she's from Africa and she's 28. She's been here since she was 7. I've been here since I was 7. She doesn't sound 28, and I personally got a headache listening to her. But I'm not here to bash her. I just wanted to say I am a dark skinned woman, and that has not stopped me from having options. Um, it hasn't, and
Okay.
yeah, like it has not. But I know that there were things that I needed to change about myself. I had very traditional parents,
Uh-huh.
and they encouraged me to get married at a younger age, but I was very much focused on school. And I'm a creative, I'm a writer,
Okay.
I do hair, I'm a nurse. And I found your channel last week, and I'm really happy that I did. It really I know you encourage a lot of women to seek counsel from their fathers.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's very traditional, and I didn't want him to be so involved, etc. But I have a newfound respect for him,
Really?
even more so since finding your channel. And
Oh,
I
that's
don't feel like it's too late for me, but I do
no, it's not
understand
too
that
late for you.
I don't feel like it's too late. And I do like older men anyway.
Did you
So
watch my show the other day where I had someone who called in and she's married in her late 40s or 50s? And I know this person. I've known her for a long
I know
time.
about the show. I've been literally watching your show every single day. Like when I get off work, I'm like, okay, I turned on your show and I think I watched every episode. And I've gained so much knowledge. I'm actually following you on Instagram. The last thing you were talking about, I think the last time you were sitting in your car, I'm literally just taking it all in because I know the mistakes that I've made. I was super picky, and I was super focused on school, and I had so many creative things I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And being married was not a priority. There was a time I didn't want to be married just because I had so many bad examples. Like I was seeing other people's relationship just crash and burn, and I didn't want to be in
Let
those
me ask you
positions.
let me ask you some questions real quick. You
Yes,
said
yes,
you said you have a newfound respect for your father. Have you
yes.
actually
And
communicated with
I-
him recently?
oh yes, and he's heard me listening to you. Like he's like, "Oh my, what are you listening to on YouTube?" I said,
So
"Yes, this
so
man Kevin."
so how is that? How has this newfound respect for your father impacted you guys' relationship in the last 30 days?
Oh, we've always had a great relationship. My whole thing was with actually meeting men. I didn't want my dad to be the one because I felt like, oh, he's so traditional, and I didn't really want
Right.
a traditional African man. But I've told him, I said, Dad, he's like, people want to meet you. They want to meet you. What is this, And I've decided and I've learned that I would rather someone who just, it's not about, oh, I don't want my dad to pick my husband.
Right.
My father knew best. He's a man. He raised 6 daughters, 2 sons,
Mm-hmm.
and he migrated here. I was 7 when we came, and he was always in our lives, very supportive. And I just wanted to have that. I wanted to be the one to choose. And I do regret that.
Mm-hmm.
But out of respect for where I was mentally, I'm not going to live in regret. I'm literally trying my best. I know you say, first thing you ask, what's your height? What's your weight? What's your dress size? Are you competitive for the kind of man that you want? And I had to really swallow that hard pill that my degree did not matter.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. Men that I meet don't even ask me, oh, what do you do? It's just like, oh, I love your voice, or I love your smile, or oh, you look exotic. That's what I get. But I always had this notion that I better have all these achievements, or else like a guy can leave me in the dust. But I was operating from a state of fear. And when I really started to dive deep, it was very, very painful. A couple months, like it's been like almost a year now of going in, like, okay, you girl, you know that you played a big role in this,
Right.
and
So
the
let me
women who
ask you
come,
before. So you
yeah,
sound like you have been watching, and I'm glad to hear you've reached out to your
really been
father.
on,
And but I have a another question is
yeah.
was it was it hard to hear some of the stuff that I said initially?
You know what? I will say the first video that I watched,
Okay.
And you were talking to a woman, the different women, and I can tell by by the way some of them spoke, like maybe where they were from. And one lady commented and says, "Oh, he talks to Black women differently," something like that. And I remember commenting, I was like, "Oh, it seems like that too. Why don't you just take the gems?" I've been looking for that comment so I could delete it. When I tell you, like, the patience that you have for the people that call is like paramount. And you're like, you're so patient. And I had to see that after watching the second video, I'm like, wait a minute, these people that are calling are really, can you hear me? Oh, and then the deflection and the lying, like the woman who's, well, I don't know, she didn't want to say where she was from. She has a son. She said she was married to a cop
Mm-hmm.
and that she has custody. And I was just like, wow, there's so many people just calling and lying. Like, why even call, you know?
Well,
But anyway, no, I don't think that you talk down to anyone. I think that you are a straight shooter. We're calling your show. These are things that you charge for,
mm-hmm.
and people are deflecting and trying to make themselves look good. I'm coming, and I think that the more humble I've become, it just made me better. It just made me happier. I wasn't miserable, but
Right.
I know that a lot of this delay
Mm-hmm.
was because of me. Was really it wasn't, oh, I'm dark skinned, I'm African.
Right.
Yes, when I was growing up, oh, you're beautiful for a dark skinned girl. Yes, I heard that growing up. But when you get older, you have to take responsibility for the way you think, the way you live your life.
Well,
You have
do
to
me a
adult.
favor. Do me a favor. I'm
Yes.
glad to hear that this has improved. You sound like you're in a
Oh yeah.
better place. I have my Facebook group. Uh, go ahead
Okay.
and join the group because see, I can tell people who are really started to do the work because there's an uplift or hope sound in the voice, and men key on that more. I said feminine, beautiful, and inspirational for a reason. I could have picked any
Yes.
word out of the English language. I chose the I for a very specific reason. And it's something that women have that they can give to men. So thank you for calling in. I appreciate you being the first caller to call in, especially because
You're
I
welcome.
expected to get some heat tonight. And I'm going to get it, though.
Oh no, I love this. No, thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
See, you didn't just ignore him. You disrespected the male perspective entirely. You thought your dad was old-fashioned, out of touch, or controlling. But the reality is simple. Men know men. Fathers know what their daughters can't see. And you tossed all of that aside because you thought you knew better. Let's be clear. Every decision you made was rooted in the belief that your feelings were more accurate than a man's experience. You chased excitement over stability. You chose attention over intention. You valued temporary validation over long-term wisdom. And now at 35, you're faced with the results of ignoring the very man whose only job was to protect you. You didn't respect your father's boundaries, but now you want a man who leads. You didn't value a man's guidance, but now you're asking where all the good men went. You didn't want structure, but now you crave stability. This is the irony a lot of modern women face.